price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. 8-6 all the hate. I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the balls. I'm flipping the.
All right, everyone. So here we are again on our podcast, our YouTube channel. I'm here today with Mr.
Cortez.
Cortez.
Co-play too much. You
Co
heard?
play too much. Instagram's funny man. Funny man. We just actually got pranked on the beach not too long ago with the little rat you've been seeing on TV.
Yeah.
So now we're here at Clearwater Beach. Reached out to my man. Had no problem with talking to him. You know, we got a real good inspirational story for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Mr. Cortez say who he is, where he's from, how old he is, and what motivates him in life.
Yo, how y'all doing, man? My name is Cortez Hearns. Name my I apologize.
Go ahead, just keep
Co-play
going.
too much. I've always been a character ever since I was little. Born and raised in Clearwater, Florida. I'm 30 years old. I just got circumcised recently. No, just playing, but but yeah, man. Yeah, I'm born and raised in Clearwater, Florida, man. And I really appreciate this interview.
See that humor?
It's going down, man. It's going down, man.
All right, so how I came in contact with Cortez is basically with my youth nonprofit, the R.O.S.E project, which stands for Removing Obstacles, Strongholds, and Excuses. I basically, reached out to him on Instagram. We both had a little short conversation, whatever the case may be. I told him that I wanted to create a lifelong relationship with him because that's what I do. I create those relationships to make the connections to people all over the world so we can help kids, with whatever problems that they have, or expose them to different things that can make them laugh, make them happy when they're sad, whatever the case may be. So with speaking with Mr. Cortez, we both shared our stories about life, and basically, we both went through a couple of things in these past couple of years, and I think that we really kind of hit it off over that time frame of chatting with each other because we shared our story. I'll let him tell his story, but we both had like a life-changing situation, and we just here to serve God people, and grateful to be alive and know what service is to people. So, Mr. Cortez, go ahead and tell us your story.
I was raised in Clearwater, Florida, right? I always been a clown. Like, I love to make people laugh. That's just me, I love to make people laugh. I love God. That was my biggest thing right there, to get people closer to Him. So as I got older, I started getting sick. I had a brain tumor. 26 years old, I got it removed. And it took a lot from me. Like, my personality started changing. I wasn't up hyper no more as people know me as, and I just was real sick. I was losing weight. And I finally went to the doctor, and they found it in my head. And they woke me up. He shut the door behind me and said, "Man, you get this removed, you're gonna die." And I cried, and it woke me up. And when I had the surgery, God gave me a second chance, and I'm here today, that's why I'm talking. And I'm following my dreams, and it's a blessing to meet Eric. And when he texted me, it was a big shocking, because the way he texts, it showed me so much, like, dang, man, somebody going through something that I went through. Like, he can tell his story, I can tell my story, That's basically, for real, man, like, I'm here, man. I'm 30 years old, man, and that touched me a lot. I wasn't supposed to be here, so I thank God that I'm here right now. So.
That's good. Yeah. We get faced with challenges and obstacles in life, and basically, it could be unexpected things.
Yeah.
And, that one unexpected thing can change your life in the nick of time. And, pretty much in my situation, I had a car accident, which caused me to have a concussion. And, I lost a lot of things during that time period, but I also gained a lot of things in that time period. I feel like God was trying to show me something the first time, but I didn't get it. So now, a couple of months later, I ended up having another accident, which was a freak accident where I had a slip and fall with a lawnmower and I amputated my big toe. So, I felt like you know, everything was happening to me. Like, what did I do wrong? You know, where's this karma coming from? You know, all I try to do is help people and, you know, try to provide and share information because I went through a lot. Mr. Cortez went through a lot. It's just this world, you're going to go through a lot of things and you can't sit back and just wait. You have to do it. And you have to do it now.
Yeah.
So basically, you know, that second situation that set me down and set me back, I lost more than what I lost the first time. And it's like I thought we was getting past this. So, you know, you never know somebody's story or you never know what someone else is going through, but we constantly complain.
Yeah.
Like, you know, right now you could be in the best of health, but right now somebody else could be in the hospital laid up in the bed and can't do anything for themselves.
Nothing.
So you have to figure out what you want to do and stop complaining. That's the number one thing that a lot of people do is complain. I'm not trying to be negative and say that people complain because I did it. You know, I complained a lot. I don't have this. I want this. I can't get this. Guess what? You already done told your mind what you can't get. And you can't do that. You got to speak the positive things into your life. Speak over your life. Ask God for guidance and He will give it to you. Whatever you want, He will give it to you. He will give it to you. Ask Him to guide you. Ask Him to show you what it is, and He will show you. So, you know, Cortez, what did He show you after you went through your situation?
Well, I remember it was like this. I was laying in the bed after the surgery. He told me what I should not do and what I need to do. And I heard His voice. I heard it clear. And I did it, man. And I stopped drinking for 2 years. It felt good. Like, He took a lot from me. Like, the women, I mean it. I'm 30 years old, and I lost my virginity at 14. And I'm not gonna lie. He spared me from AIDS, being in jail, being dead right now. And I thank Him for all that, man. I feel it right now I feel it in my bones right now. The Holy Spirit is in me, man. And I'm thankful for Him. I'm thankful. Especially that text, like, you didn't stop. You kept coming. You kept coming, man. Like, and I appreciate it. That's a big brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we here today, right now. That's a blessing. It's His will.
That's right.
It's His will.
And I mean, I believe that, you know, if you want something, go after it. You know, all you have to do is, like my great grandmother used to say, speak up and speak out. Because nobody know what you're talking about if you don't even say anything about it. So you have to learn how to voice your opinion and speak up. If you feel something's wrong, speak up on it. If you want to change something, don't wait for somebody else to do it. Change it yourself. Change it yourself. Find a way to change it. Like I have always been told no since a kid. And I'm not even gonna say who the no was coming from, but it was a lesson in life. And to this day, I value that lesson because if I was always, you know, sheltered and had a net under me and somebody always catching me, I don't know where I would be right now. Because this world is a wolf.
What? Yeah, tell you
and I don't know if you heard the saying, cry wolf, but a lot of people out here crying wolf.
Yeah.
So it's either you do the work or you shut up. And that's what it is. So tell us what do you look forward to doing with us as far as the R.O.S.E project? I know that we're basically tomorrow we're going to go see the kids at the high school, but you know, what could you bring to our organization as far as, you know, your wit, your humor that can help other kids today?
Man, I'm gonna tell you this first off, put God first in prayers, man. Talk to God. You get in your secret place, you talk to Him. Like He said, He gonna guide you and lead you in the right path. So when you do that, you be free. You're gonna be who He called you to be, not who you wanna be, but who He called you to be. Not what the world tell you who you ain't and whatever you not or whatever. You're gonna be who God called you to be, and it's gonna be so freely, man, and just be yourself, smile. When even things don't even feel right, you smile, man, you smile. For real, like, do what you know what's in you. And it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be a great feeling. You can be yourself. Man.
So let's talk about materialism things. What do you feel about materialism in society today with kids growing up?
When I grew up, we was never like that. We just go outside and have fun. Like, nah, You got the social media, you got YouTube, and it's messed
Well,
up
we had
right
the
now.
internet.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, but
AOL
it how it
started
is,
all with the chat rooms and everything else.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
this is a little bit more advanced, and you know,
Like-
the kids don't even want to go outside. And the
no.
kids that I mentor in Baltimore, they're telling me, well, what do I need to go outside for? I'm like,
Yeah.
who do you play with? Like, where are your friends? Like, you just
Yeah.
play on the game all day, all night?
All day, man. It's crazy because you tell them no, they get real mad. They get real mad.
So what's gonna happen when the world tell them no?
That's deep. That's deep, man.
And that's what we trying to change, because
And
it's gonna happen.
Cause I tell my daughter when she cries, I say, man, you can't go out there and do that every time. They're not gonna always pity you, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't always get pitied when you get your way.
That's right.
And she cries, and I'll be like, you can't get your way all the time. The real world, they're not gonna accept that. They're not, man.
They call them crocodile tears.
It's real, man. The real world ain't gonna accept that, man.
And
All that
I've
crime.
done that on several
Yeah,
occasions.
yeah,
But,
yeah.
you know, sometimes it don't work. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it don't work. I can remember when I was at Delaware State, and I couldn't. It's in Dover, Delaware, by the
Yeah.
way. It's a university in Delaware, and I was there. I was freshman class president at the time, and I didn't have enough money to finish going to school. You know, I had problems with financial aid, and you know, parents signing for this and that. But the thing about it was, you know, I felt like I belonged there, but I felt like, you know, this was being stripped away from me. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to be a good kid. I'm trying to be this good student. I'm trying to be a good person for society and my citizen. Trying to be a good citizen, but I feel like everything is against me. So with that being said, you know, I cried the crocodile tears. You know, how can I do this, or what can I do to stay here? And it didn't work. So, you know, that frustration and anger is pretty much what's starting this right now, as far as making sure that the kids are ready, because I wasn't ready at that time.
Yeah.
And not saying that I wasn't ready to be taught, but I wasn't ready from the time that I went from high school to college.
Yeah.
As far as the things that I needed to know, as far as financial aid, how to get, you know, grant money, loans, scholarships, like all of that stuff came towards the end. We didn't have anybody to come to our school like I'm trying to do and show the kids like, hey, this is what you have to do. And it's funny because, you know, it's not funny, but I knew what to do when I was in high school as far as applying for an application to go to college, because I asked questions and I asked around. But these kids, they don't ask questions. They don't ask questions. So when I asked one of my seniors where does she want to go to school, she told me she want to go to Howard University.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, Melinda, why do you want to go to Howard University, and have you applied? And she's like, yeah, I applied. And I was like, well, how did you apply? And she was like, I did the FAFSA, which is the financial aid form. I said, Howard don't know nothing about you, because you didn't put in an application that goes with the FAFSA. So therefore, she didn't even know as a senior in high school how to fill out an application to apply for to the university for the admissions program. And that's a problem, because we have counselors in high school that supposed to do all this stuff, and quite frankly, they're not doing it.
Yeah.
Because we just had a mentor session on Wednesday, and they had 1,000 excuses on what the counselors wasn't doing. So, you know, even back home in my area, in Washington, D.C. area, we pretty much are heavily out of Prince George's County, because that's where I went to school. So, you know, I've went to the schools, I've talked to the schools. Nobody want to hear it. It's all old school. It's all old school. You know, they don't see, not that they don't see the value, but they don't take the time to do what they need to do in order to show the kids what they need to do to get into college. And you don't have to go to college.
Yeah.
You can get a trade. You know, you can do something else in gaming, arts, whatever you want to do. But you have to know what path you want to be on by the time you hit the real world. Because once you cross that stage, there's no one else there that's going to hold your hand.
No.
Nobody.
No.
And they think that it's easy. They like, oh, I want to work here. I want to do this. And how much money you going to make? And I give it to them. If this is what your rent costs, this is what your car note costs, then they talking about, what is this? What is that? What? Like, rent, this is where you're going to live. your car note, this is what you're going to pay, your insurance, which go with your
Well,
car
basically,
note.
you showing them
Your electric bill, your gas bill, your water bill, all this stuff add up. It add up. And by the time we go through the works of that, and I show them how much is this, and they say, well, if I'm making this, I'm not making enough. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to be prepared to either get the education or the trade to make sure that you can be successful once you walk across that stage. And Florida, oh my God. I wish I would have went to school in Florida. They got so many programs.
A lot of programs. Yeah,
they have the associate's degree program to get 60 credits before you get out of school. The other one is the nursing program. Oh man, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's crazy. So some of the students, I think 2 of them in the 10th grade, they're in the nursing program at Jones High School in Orlando.
That's what's up. Young too, man.
Yeah. And I mean, that is the way that the world needs to go with all students. I just did a podcast with a history teacher, Mr. Gasson.
Yeah.
I'll show you him, but phenomenal history teacher.
That's what's
teaching
up.
at a private school to, the other institutions. But he gets to see the difference of what goes on this side and what goes on that side. So we talked about those struggles, and they pretty much need the same mentoring that the kids need today. It doesn't even, I'm not going to say it doesn't make a difference, but on their side, they pay more for what they want.
Yeah.
So they're going to pay to get the kids the knowledge that they need. On our side, we need to learn to do the same thing.
Yeah.
We need to learn to do the same thing. And, I didn't have a chance to do that when I was growing up. I wish I could have, but this is why I'm so passionate about it, because our students should be prepared. And when I say our students, I mean my community, your community, everybody. Like I told people, I want to see this globally. I don't want to see this just in my area. I want to see this globally.
All the way around.
They're looking at me like, well, how you going to do this? And you putting too much on you. Hey, it's God.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how I'm going to do it. I don't know. Just like today, I didn't know I was going to meet you, but guess what? I met you.
I appreciate it, man. Happy birthday too, my
Thank
boy.
you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
So
what's up.
basically, I want to thank you for coming out today. We're definitely going to stay in contact so we can, rock and shake this world with these students. And let's go eat.
Happy birthday to my boy, man. Thank you. All right.